Hello, and welcome to Walk the Talk, the platform dedicated to exploring spiritual themes, delving into the enduring truths found in God's Word, and encourage you to live a life grounded in His teachings. Thank you for joining us. In today's video, I'll be continuing our coverage of Daystar, and today's topic is Jonathan Lamb. In 605 to 562 BCE, King Nebuchadnezzar ruled Babylon. During his reign, he built a golden image and commanded everyone to worship it. However, 3 Hebrew men refused, declaring that they would worship the Lord alone. The king warned them, "If you do not bow to the image, you will be thrown into a fiery furnace." Yet they stood firm in their faith. As a result, they were cast into the fire, but God spared their lives. On another occasion, King Nebuchadnezzar demanded that the entire kingdom worship him. But Daniel, a faithful servant of God, refused to pray to or worship the king. The consequence? He was sentenced to the lion's den. Yet again, God intervened and protected his servant. Fast forward to 34 AD, after Jesus ascended to heaven, his followers faced severe persecution for preaching his name. The Sanhedrin, which was the elders' council, ordered them to stop speaking about Jesus. But their response, found in Acts chapter 5, verses 27 to 29, was clear. We must obey God rather than men. They refused to stay silent. Now, in our time, a young man named Jonathan Lamb stood before the elders, the new Sanhedrin, if you will, and his faith was put to the test. The demand was to read a card that affirms his mother's unbiblical marriage to Dagwise and sign an NDA. If he refused, he would lose his job, his income, and be cast out of his family. What was his response? Listen to the following audio recording to find out.
Before we get started, just because here's the bottom line. I'm here, we're having a confidential meeting, okay? So, and I'm here speaking on behalf of the board. Steve's gonna, join me on this meeting. So what we want to do is we're gonna turn our phones off, okay? So we're not gonna record this conversation, it's confidential, okay?
Wait, what?
We're having a meeting, Jonathan, it's a confidential meeting, so.
Wait,
What do you mean?
I've had no notification. You're just calling me into a meeting that...
Yeah, yes I am. It's just, I'm here on the board to deliver you some documentation, and we just need to, turn our phones off and go through the documentation.
I don't agree with that.
So what do you not agree with?
I should have the ability to record this meeting.
Why would Jonathan? Why would you want to do that?
I don't know.
We're just going to hand you a document, and have you read through it and make sure you understand it. That's all.
I mean, I don't feel comfortable with that.
You want me to bring Linda in here or someone that's a witness? I mean, what? There's no games here, Jonathan. We're not playing any games.
I mean, you might need to bring my lawyer in here.
Why would you want to bring him? We don't have our lawyer in here.
I don't trust you.
You don't trust me?
No.
Okay.
I don't trust you.
You don't trust me?
I don't.
Okay. Why not?
Because you're like ambushing me.
I'm not ambushing you.
You told me
I'm here to meet with you. The board's asked me to sit down and meet with you.
You tried to get me to sign an NDA, like, at the last board meeting.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that a second. Why you want to talk about that? Just about the NDA? I'll be glad to talk about it. Okay. The NDA, Jonathan, is something you weren't ambushed to just you sign an NDA. Okay. That's something that one of the things I want to talk to you about. Several years ago, your father talked to Frank Harbor. I've got the NDA in my files. Your father instructed him to work with me to draft an NDA. And quite honestly, it's stronger than the NDA we drafted. You asked Frank Harbor about it. He's got a copy of it. I have a copy of it. Your dad wanted to institute that a few years ago. Something was going on. He didn't say what it was. He was concerned about some social media stuff, some disparagement stuff. He said, I want this done. So we put it together. He said, you know what? Let's hold off on it. Okay, I'm just going to tell you. So that's nothing new. So I'm not making something up here. Okay.
Who are you?
What do you mean, Jonathan?
You're like a different person now.
No, you're the different person.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yes, you are,
I'm
Jonathan.
not.
No, I'm just telling you.
No.
I'm here.
Arnold,
This is all business.
No, Arnold.
This is all business, okay?
No.
This is all business.
No.
Yes, I'm not a different person. I'm the same person
Arnold.
I've always been, okay? So hear me out on that NDA. The bottom line is, with all the stuff that transpired over the last 8 months, what started with the disagreements that you had with your mother, trying to work through all that, when we came to that last board meeting, Mr. Callender brought up that we should have everyone sign an NDA, key employees and everyone. That is a standard practice for almost every organization out there to serve in a key role, to serve as a board member, to serve as a vice president. It's standard, Jonathan, and you should know that. Okay?
I don't believe we need to be talking instead of my lawyer present.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just give you that. I'm going to let me give you you need to take the, first of all, Jonathan, you're under a performance improvement plan, okay? That's with Steve, you actually have it. So the bottom line is
it's just black and white, right?
It's a performance improvement plan that you're under now. I'm just going to tell you that the bottom line is over the last 8 months, as we've observed all the situations that have come up, the decisions that you've made, things that we discussed with the board, you said you didn't do, it gave us a lot of concern about your abilities to lead, to manage, to perform. It's uncharacteristic of you. That's not the person that I know. That's happened throughout this. And it's all spelled out in this performance improvement plan. So the bottom line is because of that, and you're not signing the NDA, everyone here has signed one, okay? Everyone in the queue, he signed one. Linda signed one. If Linda leaves tomorrow and a new HR manager comes in, they have to sign the NDA. Eddie had to sign it.
Arnold, I can't believe that you are this person right now.
What do you mean? Well, Jonathan.
I am shocked.
They don't have to sign an NDA?
No, I'm shocked, Arnold.
What are you shocked about?
That what you're doing, what you've allowed.
I've been instructed by the board to do this, okay? And this has been, as you read through that, a lot of prayer, a lot of conversations, a lot. It has been, you don't know, it has been extremely difficult for me because I'm watching someone, as we've talked, that can't get past certain things and just come here.
You've only heard one side of the story.
Jonathan, what do you mean?
You've only heard one side of the story.
Okay, well, if there's another side of the story and it has to do with your mother and all that, I'm talking about Daystar. Okay, I'm not talking about other stuff. Okay, I'm here in my role to protect Daystar and to make sure that Daystar is protected, that the employees here are supposed to do. That's why I'm here. I'm not here. If there's issues with your mother and family stuff, that's none of my business. Okay, that's things for you guys to get resolved. That has nothing to do with performing the duties here at Daystar. None. See, I can separate that. Okay, so when I'm here and I'm instructed to be able to do what people ask me to do, okay, and to evaluate like we've all evaluated, NDAs are nothing to me, nothing, and I don't even understand. The only reason a person wouldn't want to sign one, I guess, is they have something they want to use, I guess. I've been thinking in my head, why would someone not sign an NDA when everyone else has signed one? And what that's done, Jonathan, is, it's disqualified you from serving as a key employee. It's disqualified you from being an officer and a director. You can't be because you haven't done that. So the bottom line is the performance improvement plan is your position's being reassigned, and you're going to be reporting to Steve Wilhite, and that spells everything out for you. So that's what we're here to talk about. And you can take, if you don't want to sit here and read it, that's fine. If you want to take it and read it, but Jonathan, it's been implemented. Okay, it is in effect. So effective today, and so you'll be reporting to Steve, and this performance improvement plan is what you're going to be subject to. So that's what I'm here to deliver. I love you. I wish we weren't here having to do this, but you've given us no alternative, Jonathan. We've had to. You've given us no. I mean, the things and this other stuff, other side of the story. I don't know, Jonathan.
Arnold,
do you understand where I'm coming from?
You've heard one side of the story.
Okay, but do you understand where I'm coming from? Arnold Torres is coming from in my capacity.
And you're following my mom's directive to punish me.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
You know what, Jonathan? You don't know how far you were from being terminated. Okay, and
for what?
I'm not. You read the performance improvement plan. Okay, you don't know how far you were, and I've gone to bat for you every way, shape, or form. But you were that far from being terminated. I'll go back to the October 3rd email, that you sent. That was it. I can't even believe an attorney would allow you to send that email. It was so bad. No, just basically demanding that you get some kind of an agreement in exchange for not using information. You can't. That's blackmail. You really get
that
down
wasn't
to
what it was.
Well, that's what was written in that email.
Arnold, the fact that my mother threatened to fire me for not reading a viewer feedback card on ministry now is what started all this.
Say it again.
The fact that Susie and I were not willing to read a viewer feedback card, we asked to switch it out for something else that wouldn't compromise our conviction, started this.
We've talked
and because
about
of that, my mother threatened to fire us.
We've talked about all
and because
that.
we've literally just held our ground.
We've talked about
that's
you
led to
never
this
had to
point.
read another comment. We've talked about that.
Yeah,
and listen, Jonathan, we've gone through all that.
But that's the reason why we would want some type of assurance that we couldn't be fired on a whim, because my mother literally fired Susie and threatened to fire me if we didn't read a card.
We're not,
That's why I wasn't any blackmail.
No,
And
that's not what.
then the meeting of Jimmy Evans, where my mom abused us, like that's for our protection. Like that is something that we have that would allow us to be able to. Who shut the door?
I have no idea. I think the wind sometimes does that.
No, but that was it's just for our protection. Like
Well, Jonathan, that's not what the email said.
There's been nothing that's been
That
done.
is not what the email said, and it was. I'm just being honest with you. That was a wow, and so
There was no blackmail.
But anyway, the email was not good, and so again, that's a decision that was made as we go along. We just began to us question, what's going on here. And so the bottom line is this, John, that's in place. I'm here to deliver it to you. I care about you more than you'll ever know. Okay?
I think you
okay?
are.
No, you can say that. Okay, what do you have to say, Steve?
That based in light of the information that's on those pages there that I read, I think that it's generous of the board to offer you this plan that's offered, that you're holding in your hand, because it gives you an opportunity to reestablish trust and to hopefully regain back some responsibilities that you'll no longer have, and titles that you won't have moving forward.
First of all, I'm sorry that you're having to get in the middle of this.
Go ahead.
Well,
obviously, I've been professional and I've not said a word to you for, I don't want to be one that's spreading this tension. I was hoping that this would be able to be solved between my mother and the board, but obviously that doesn't seem like that's the case, because again, you're only listening to one side of the story, and you're punishing me for just continuing to stand on my conviction of what the Word of God says.
Jonathan, that's not what we're doing. That is not what we're doing.
That is what you're doing.
No, that is not.
Yes, and you're following through with my mother's directives, because she said from the
I
beginning.
categorically deny that.
She said
we will never put you in a position of compromising your religious beliefs. We've said that before, and we're not going to do that. Okay, so I'm making that very clear. That hasn't happened here.
This is exactly what's happened, because that you've continued to punish and take actions that are harmful towards me and my family.
I haven't done anything to punish you. Daystar hasn't taken any action to punish you and your family.
Yes.
But with what he said earlier, I would have to agree with. This doesn't address like the situation with a family situation with your mom. This is about Daystar.
Arnold, I don't know how you sleep at night, but I really can't imagine.
You know what, Jonathan? I sleep very good.
Marcus Lamb would be very disappointed with you not standing your ground and just following through.
Marcus Lamb would be very disappointed, I believe, in your actions on how you've handled Daystar business. Okay?
I've been very professional.
Okay, Daystar, and I don't know what's going on, Jonathan, with you and your mom. I don't know what's going on there. And honestly, if it's a personal thing, I'm just praying, Lord, get it right, okay? Get it right, because at the end of the day, it has impaired your ability to be able to say, we've talked about this, just to say, in my role, I'm going to support my mother as a CEO. Hey, at the end of the day, we've talked about, you've expressly said, I have issues with the marriage. You've made all that known. We said, Jonathan, that's good. Okay? You said what you needed to say. Let's get to work. If things go sideways here for some reason because of that, there's a board here. We'll deal with that.
The board has done nothing to charge you with anything. It's been literally just.
But I'm not going to. Jonathan. I'm not going to go. I can put my head on my pillow at night. I pray for you every single day, and Susie. That we're going to see a breakthrough somehow, some way. And again, my job is not to fix family problems. Okay.
This isn't a family problem.
My job is to fix. My job is to make sure that.
This is much more than a family problem.
I don't know what it is, Jonathan. So all I can tell you is this is where we're at. This is where the board is at. Okay. I've been instructed to deliver this to you. You're reporting to Steve. And I highly encourage that you comply with it. So that's all I can. That's what I'm here to say. Okay.
Okay. All right.
I just want you to be successful in carrying out the plan that's been presented to you so that things can move forward.
That's right.
And so I'm here to help in any way I can to help you accomplish that.
I am too, Jonathan. And I have been from day one.
I don't believe that.
Well, that's your opinion. God
Your actions speak otherwise, of course.
I've never had one person in my life tell me that. Never, not once. You're the first, and you'd be the last
The verse
person
that tells you what?
that would say something to me like my actions tell me
That-
otherwise.
That
That I don't care about you. That I don't care about Daystar. That I don't care about your mother.
you don't care about finding out the truth. You've just heard my mom's side of the story.
What do you mean I don't care about finding out the truth?
Jonathan lost everything because he would not compromise his faith in God's word. But God will take care of him. He always does. These are the kind of men God is looking for, bold men and women who will stand for the truth no matter the cost. I'm going to end with a quote that I found. It's found in a book called Education, page 57. The greatest want of the world is the want of men. Men who will not be bought or sold. Men who in their inmost souls are true and honest. Men who do not fear to call sin by its right name. Men whose conscience is as true to duty as the needle to the pole. Men who will stand for the right though the heavens fall. These are the kind of people that the Lord is looking for. That's all I have for you today. Let me know what you think in the comment section about Jonathan Lamb's stand for God. Thank you for watching. If you found today's video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. See you in the next video, and God bless.